When you see a film which is based around a company, it's not unnatural to think that you might be in for a movie-length commercial. But the ones which have been successful in the past are those that peel back the curtain and really show you those business operations, like for example 2016's The Founder, that really did delve into the history of McDonald's and really offered an interesting story. And a well-told story is exactly how I'll describe Ben Affleck's new film Air. In this film, it expands this critical moment of Nike's history in the 80s when they're deciding whether to spend their basketball budget on multiple stars or invest it all in one star named Michael Jordan. Matt Damon plays our main character Sonny as we watch him take that leap of faith on this rising star, which with it comes many risks for the company as well as other employees in regards to their livelihoods. So there is a lot at stake here, as well with Nike going up against other companies like Converse and Adidas, which I've always pronounced Adidas, but let me know your pronunciations in the comments. Pretty much everyone who watches this film will know how it's going to end because they know which brand Michael Jordan chose, but with this film it really does exceed in the dialogue, and I think with that they knew they had to get some good actors to say the lines, and they definitely did with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Viola Davis, Chris Tucker, Jason Bateman. You have a really stellar cast here and they all have their moments, but I've got to say Viola Davis and Matt Damon were definitely the standouts.
Michael had one thing that he wanted, that he was absolutely certain of, which was that Viola Davis had to play his mother. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we're not doing the movie if Viola doesn't do it. And as a result, actually kind of discovering that Viola actually is the protagonist of the movie. Viola was amazing and she makes the movie what it is. She's unbelievable.
At the end of the day, this film is basically about a shoe, but how they show the business behind it and the difference between a business deal and a legacy deal was very interesting, and having that alongside a great 80s soundtrack as well, it made for a really fun time. The film clocks in at just over an hour and 50 minutes, and I think that was a perfect runtime for it, to be honest. I think it is a well-paced film overall as well, and it does glorify Nike as a company, no doubt about that, but look at other films like The Wolf of Wall Street, that glorifies drugs, look at Peaky Blinders, that glorifies gang culture. At the end of the day, if they do tell a good story, you can put that all to one side, and I think with this film Air, it does tell a good story, and I think it is one which is definitely worth the big screen treatment. They do include quite a lot of footage from the archives to really make you feel like you are in 1984, alongside that great 80s soundtrack. There's plenty of references as well in there, which for those who were around during the 80s, you probably enjoy even more. Are there any negatives with this film? Well, I think towards the start it does take a little bit of time to get into it. There is quite a bit of basketball jargon used in a certain scene which may lose some people, and also at times it can feel like they are adding a bit too much meat to the bone where there is none, sort of thing, trying to pad it out a bit too much, but these are very minimal things. So to conclude, I think Air is a well-written, crowd-pleasing type of film, and watching the pursuit for Michael Jordan was just so enjoyable to get tangled up in. And if you've seen the film, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and also what is your favourite film which is based around a business. And if you want to watch another video, on screen right now is our review for John Wick Chapter 4.